Hello and welcome everyone to another video here on this channel about Bitcoin, Ethereum, Quant and also ADA. I will give you a complete update about my expectations and my price targets and also tell you what I'm going to do. If you don't want to miss out on that in the future, leave the subscription down below the video and activate the small little bell so you always get notified when I upload a new video for you on this channel. And for now, let's jump straight into the charts and enjoy this video. We're starting here straight on the Cardano 15 minutes time frame, and yeah, this is kind of an emergency update because we are right now on the verge of two scenarios practically. I need to tell you that because now it's definitely a make or break point in my opinion. As you can see, what my general expectation is here is that this is a larger wave one, or maybe this can be a larger wave one. So that's why I tell you now about two scenarios. My primary expectation is, or what I was following here for the last few days and weeks, that this was a wave one. So from there, the wave two started in an ABC correction, finished down this correction here at the 30 US dollar cents. And from there was the point where I told you I expect a huge rally here towards the 60 US dollar cent level. But as you can see, we kind of prepared everything for this rally, but it didn't really start yet. So that's why I tell you right now, we are it's definitely a make or break point, because what we saw here from the beginning of this, I call it rally from now, was 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we are in the fifth 1-2 setup of this possible pump. So if there is a pump now, we should see absolutely a third wave and then 4 wave 4s and 4 wave 5s in a row, which brings us here to the 60 US dollar cent level. But I can tell you already right now that in my opinion, with this fourth and fifth 1-2 setup, it got a little bit unreliable for me. So what I would have in the best option expected here, or what would be the best case here for the chart, would be a turnaround already here on the support line and bounce here towards the upside, because then we can treat it as an ascending triangle, which has a price target here up at the 50 US dollar cent level. So that would practically give us the first huge indication for this pump. But since we have 5 1-2 setups in a row, it got a little bit unreliable, and we can also face a breakdown. So what I'm watching here right now is if we are seeing an impulse up here or a corrective move. Because if we're coming up here now impulsively and correctively down, this is the option, this is the moment where I will most likely open my next long position, and then it's absolutely a make or break point at this time. Because if we're seeing then a small pump towards the upside, this would only be an ABC correction up and followed by a huge impulse towards the downside. So this would practically be a possible short opportunity here at the 40 US dollar cent level. But if we are breaking through this towards the upside, it's kind of like we are following the expectations up to the 60 US dollar cents. So this will be absolutely, I tell it, make or break point here. If we're seeing a small impulse towards the upside, a correction down, I will enter along. In the moment we are shooting up here, set my stop loss on break even here for this long trade to practically avoid the risk of us falling down. If we are falling down, we would practically come below my entry point, and then I would open up a short position. So that's absolutely right now deciding, or in the next few hours deciding here what scenario we are most likely following here for ADA in the next, not only immediate short term, or also in the next few days and weeks here. Because the alternative wavecon would be that this was all a wave one, this was a wave A down, this was just a wave B up, and we are coming down once more in a C wave and reverse from there. And we can also not rule out that we will then see new bear market lows. So that's absolutely possible. And this is the make or break point we need to take care of. This is the point where the scenario will be chosen, and I'm very, very carefully what will happen here at the 40 US dollar cent level. I expect us at least to come up here in a 3-wave move, and if we get rejected from there, we should break down. If we break through, this, in my opinion, would be the first indication that this whole upwards movement is starting. If we would see another 1-2, I would rule it out. So we have 5 1-2 setups already on the chart. If we would build a 6th, the 7th one, okay, I would not I would not take it serious anymore. I would actually then follow the expectation that this is just a B wave and we're coming down once more in a C wave before we come up. But for now, I will still stick to the opinion that it's going higher from now, or at least it prepared its way for it to go higher. So I will look at the smaller time frames, how we are coming up now. It's very important for me. In my opinion, we saw a small 1, 2, 3. So if this is now a fourth and a fifth wave, this can be a first impulse. If we're coming down correctively from there, this would be my long entry point, and then I'm going to see how this is playing out at the 40 US dollar cent level, if we are going to get rejected or not, or if we can break through towards the upside. So let's now have a look at the Ethereum chart as well. For that, I even need to zoom out a little bit on the 1 hour time frame, because it's practically the same picture as for ADA. We have many 1-2 setups here on the chart. We have practically the first one was here, the second one was here. So this has come down until here. Yes, right. So the third one was here, and we are now in the fourth one already. If we are breaking through now, okay, we can see a large bounce in the third wave. If we are seeing something like another 1, 2 and another 1, 2, this would then be a whole corrective structure for me, which will most likely break down. So just keep that in your mind. If we are seeing too much of those 1-2 setups, it's getting a little unrealistic, because this turns then into a whole corrective structure. So this is as well now the point to be very, very attentive about. If we would break down, let's check it out in the 4-hour time frames. It could easily be, as I already told you, technically in, where was it? I think it was here. I told you up there I even told you down there. Sorry, this was, in my opinion, a first wave towards the upside. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I told you down there, we should come down correctively. And it's possible that this has been a 3-wave move. We are now already in the third wave with this 4-1-2 setups and rally higher from here. We cannot rule it out. It would be technically my primary expectation until we hold, as long as we hold support. The other opportunity would be that this has only been an A wave down. This has been a B wave up. And we are coming down once more in a C wave before we get a strong bounce. Because we cannot rule out, I think this was a wave 1, but this can be a wave 2. It was a little bit short for a wave 2, but it can be a wave 2. So we are now pushing higher. The other option is that this was an A wave. We have seen a B wave up, and we're coming down in a C wave before we get this huge bounce towards the upside. So my tactic, how I will play this, is pretty much the same. I will wait for one more long entry point. I will try, if we're seeing a bounce up and a correction down, I will try once more a long entry here, maybe for Ethereum as well, because then I would expect also in the smaller time frames one last bounce. But there is absolutely the make or break point. We need to break here through this. Let's say, okay, we are on the bigger time frames. Wait, I need to zoom in even a little bit more. So it's practically important. If this is turning into an impulse up, I would expect a little bit higher price targets, then a correction down. This would be a possible entry point for the bullish scenario, because then at least there should be one more impulse up. If this is then overall only this ABC structure, we are getting rejected somewhere here and we're turning down, this would be a short entry point up here. If we are breaking through this resistance here towards the upside, this would actually be a very, very good indication that this run is actually going on, but we cannot rule out that it's just failing. So I want to tell you that already in advance, because from now, because we didn't break through this previous low, we can count it still as a 1-2, 1-2. If we're seeing now the third, fourth, fifth and fifth wave for this 1-2 setups, if we are breaking here towards the downside through this support level here, it would not be so reliable anymore, because then we would need to say that this has been a wave 1, this has been a wave down, an overshooting B, a C down. So it's getting more unreliable and unreliable. So this is now really for me personally the last chance to rally up. Otherwise, I would personally expect one deeper correction, maybe in this region here at the 1350 US dollar level, to finish a C wave before we get a strong bounce. So now is the time, in my opinion, to be very attentive, because we can spike towards the upside. We can also fall down for a deeper wave C. it's absolutely less certainty in the market as in usual stages, in my opinion. Same scenario goes for Bitcoin, but in my opinion, Bitcoin held the scenario the best. So I just need to say that we saw a 5-wave structure up, a 3-wave correction down, another impulse up, another 3-wave correction down. So I'm currently thinking about a Bitcoin long position because for me personally, this is absolutely looking the best of all of those coins. So this is looking the most healthy, in the most healthy way. I also want to zoom out here on the 4-hour time frame. And as you can see, it's also looking a little bit more powerful than Ethereum. We got already those higher highs. So counting this as an overshooting B wave would be pretty unreliable for Bitcoin. For Ethereum, it's still possible. So I'm actually very bullish here at this stage on Bitcoin. And here I want to really stick to my scenario. I expect price targets between 36,000 and 37,000 US dollars. And this is holding quite nicely. So I just want to tell you about that. Let's now, last but not least, have a look at a QNT chart as well. And we're still fighting here with resistance. If we're able to break through towards the upside, we cannot rule out an early breakout. I just need to be honest with that. But I would not enter here, or I will not enter here. It's, however, no financial advice. It's just what I'm going to do. In my opinion, most likely this is an A wave. This has been a B wave, and we are now in a C wave down, which should go here below this A wave low. But there is something which is called truncated wave 5. This can be something like that, which means, okay, we didn't come down in the target area, but it has been a finished or completed ABC structure. But it's quite rare. It's quite rare. We don't see that often in the markets. And I would not focus on this truncated wave 5 scenario. I would rather go with one last low and then the bounce towards the upside. And if we are not seeing those lows, I personally will not enter a long position because for me, there is always the risk of us coming down and completing the C wave here. So practically not even if we would bounce above this B wave top, which was here, it would be certainty because then it can just be a larger B wave here. And then we come down once more in this C wave. So QNT as well is for me right now, absolutely no certainty. So this right now, absolutely make or break points for practically all those 3 coins. But for QNT as well, even if we would break now towards the upside, we cannot rule out due to the elite wave analysis that we come down afterwards. So I told you very, very often already, if we are coming down, I'm very bullish on QNT. I want to buy it. I want to be in that. If we're not coming down, I will most likely let this option go. If you like this video, if you enjoyed this content, smash up the like button, leave your thoughts down in the comment section. It helps me pushing the YouTube algorithm. And also leave a subscription down below, activate the small little bell, and also check out my other social media profiles and the Exchange BITGET. You find all links down below the video. And if you're signing up with my link to the Exchange BITGET, you get a bonus up to 8,000 US dollars, which you can use for free trading. And of course, 100% of the win is belonging to you. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Thank you very much for sticking here with me until the very end. And I hope we'll see each other in the next video here on this channel. Ciao, ciao.